What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Browns live stream. I was awkwardly sitting there waiting for the timer on the top left of my screen to start going because I didn't know if I was still going and if I started, talking yet. What's up? Shout me out for my family. What's up, Montreal? But free agency is officially underway. The Browns, let's just say Barry's been working. To say Andrew Barry has been busy, that is a supreme understatement. I mean, this had to be the busiest I've ever been when it comes to making Browns free agency videos. In years past, Browns fans on Twitter would be like practically screaming at the Browns' poor Twitter intern because we aren't making moves. They'd be posting memes like the do something, meme with that stick figure, poking at the Browns logo. And, we'd all be getting mad because we're sitting here on our hands where all the good players are gone. Well, Andrew Barry, let's just say he made sure that we got some of the best players, and that's exactly what we did. Now, let's go through a quick rundown of who we have gotten so far. So, day one of legal tampering comes around. Of course, you know the story. The first report literally out of legal tampering was that we were interested in Austin Hooper, and I made that video like a couple minutes later. Boom! News comes out that we're signing him. He was the very first guy we signed. Then, a couple hours later, reports come out saying that we're going after Jack Conklin. And boom, we signed Jack Conklin. 3-year, $42 million deal. And then, an hour or two later, boom, we signed Case Keenum. And then, things kind of quieted down on day 2 of legal tampering. It was kind of at the point where it's like, okay, it's too quiet. What do the Browns think? What are the Browns doing? And then all of a sudden, boom, they freaking trade for Andy Janovich. Yeah, they traded for a fullback, something that this offense uses. So in essence, you're going to have 6 blockers for Baker, pretty much on almost every play. I like that. Not to mention, you got an amazing run blocker for Nick Chubb. And whenever my phone goes off, I always think it's something, but it's nothing. Got to keep an eye on, man. You never know when another move's going to happen, for real. So, that was it for day 2 of legal tampering. So then, day 1 of actual free agency starts up. And the Browns made more moves because, of course, they did. They signed B.J. Goodson, who played with the Giants and the Packers, 1-year deal. They also went out and they signed Carl Joseph, a move that I really like, to a 1-year deal. Of course, Joseph played with the Raiders. And then after that, of course, they went out and they signed a former rival, an Andrew Billings, 1-year deal. He's going to definitely beef up that interior defensive line. That's for damn sure. And then they also went out and got Kevin Johnson. No, not the receiver or the basketball player. Yeah, there's a lot of guys who've played sports named Kevin Johnson. And yes, guys, if that name does sound familiar for all my old heads out there who watched the Browns in the early 90s, not early 90s, but when the team first came back in 99, early 2000s, that was the name of one of our receivers. Yeah. But most likely Kevin Johnson will be our nickel corner, although he can slide outside if needed. I could honestly see him challenging and probably beating Money Mitch. So keep an eye out on a possible move involving Money Mitch maybe getting traded, especially if Kevin Johnson comes out here and starts balling in like preseason and whatnot. And then, of course, our latest move was us signing Andrew Sendejo to a 1-year, $2.25 million deal. Now, there was one other move that the Browns did. We signed a guy who I never really even heard of from the Cowboys. He's probably going to be like a special teamer, practice squad guy. I literally forgot his name. Something crazy. I mean, it's whatever, you know. We'll see what he's got. He's a cornerback, but yeah, I mean, he's not on this list, so it doesn't really matter. But the NFL Network lists our 3 biggest remaining needs, not surprisingly, are as offensive line. Yeah, I can see that. Safety, and linebacker. Now, looking at our, position groups after the first week of free agency is pretty much over, we addressed some of our needs. Of course, we got a right tackle now and Jack Conklin. I expect Chris Hubbard to either be cut or most likely traded. Of course, we got ourselves another weapon for Baker Mayfield and Austin Hooper. I tell you one thing, if David Njoku can develop hands and stay healthy, okay, 2 tight ends that can, body people in the red zone. They go up there for those fade routes. And, of course, we all remember Austin Hooper's famous highlight of him stiff-arming a dude to the ground against, the Bears a couple years ago? That was awesome. And then, of course, we got a fullback to help with the run game and even pass blocking too. Now on defense, really the only thing we've addressed mainly so far is our secondary, as we got Carl Joseph and Andrew Sendejo at safety. Now, from what I've heard about Andrew Sendejo is he is very versatile. He can play both safety positions and even nickel corner if we need him to. So that's good. So, who's still out there that we could possibly get that pertains to our 3 biggest needs? Well, let's take a look at the top 101, I guess, free agents. Well, let's do free agents by position on NFL Network. Top free agent I believe available is, of course, Jadeveon Clowney. I remember when I used to look at this, it would always tell me teams that were interested in that player, but it doesn't say that anymore. But let's take a look at free agents by position. And let's go through offensive linemen, safeties, and linebackers. So let's go to offensive line real quick. Tackles, they have 4 listed on here. DeMar Dotson, Cordy Glenn, who I don't think would even fit our system, Jason Peters, who's an old man, but I wouldn't mind having him blocking Baker's blind side, and then Tyson Braylo. Really, there's only maybe one that I would go after, and that's Peters, if you even go after him. I mean, maybe we don't really want to go after him. Maybe we want to get that rookie left tackle out there because, believe me, I think we're taking a tackle at 10. And I would love Andrew Thomas. But if we take Peters, you have him on a 1-year deal. He fits the whole 1-year deal thing, and he'd be a perfect veteran to help with this team. And, of course, they call him the bodyguard. You mess with Baker Mayfield, you're going to have him coming over to try to beat your ass. And then, of course, you have Jarvis and all the others coming swarming over to you to also kick your ass too. But still, man, I mean, you bring in Peters for a 1-year deal, you groom the rookie left tackle, and then when Peters leaves, you just slide to put that guy in there. And boom, you're set. Or you could just do, like I said before, and just draft him at 10. Don't even worry about signing Peters. And you just pretty much do what I just said, minus signing Peters. Now, in terms of safeties, yeah, Von Bell. A lot of Browns fans want him. Heck's going on? Oh, I got a new subscriber. Who subscribed? Draw for fun. How to draw. What's up? Shout out to you, new subscriber. Von Bell. A lot of Ohio State fans love him. And I know a lot of Browns fans kind of want him on here because of the Ohio State connection. Antoine Bethea. Haven't really heard anything about him. Morgan Burnett, who we just cut. Obviously, he's not coming here. Blake Countess, AJ Howard, Colin Jones, Rashad Jones. Surprised I haven't heard that name come up yet. Demarius Randall, of course, our one of our only free agents still out there, other than Rashard Higgins, and Eric Reed. If we do sign another safety, I could see it. I could see Von Bell. I wouldn't mind Rashad Jones because he and Jarvis are actually, I believe, friends. So, that could be something. But if we do sign another cornerback, which is possible, of course, you have Prince Amukamara, who can also play a safety position, I believe. Bashard Breeland, that'd be interesting. Ronald Darby, I don't know. Desir, former Brown. Some Browns fans have talked about him coming back, maybe, for the right price. Tremaine Johnson turned out to be a freaking bust with New York. Jonathan Joseph, that's a name I haven't heard much of. Xavier Rhodes, same thing. Darrell Roberts, Logan Ryan, who I've already heard we're not even really looking at because his money is he wants too much money. Jimmy Smith, that would be an intriguing one. But I don't know if I don't even think we're interested in him. I haven't heard anything about him. And B.W. Webb, at one point, I believe he was actually a Brown, I think. Not exactly sure. So if I had to pick a corner or two to look at, I would honestly say probably maybe a Mukamara and Desir or Joseph or Johnson, maybe. I don't know. I don't think we're going after Rhodes. No, that ain't happening. I think he wants too much money. Now, linebacker. Of course, we signed B.J. Goodson, but we desperately needed more linebackers. I mean, looking at our current linebacking core, it's literally B.J. Goodson with the two rookies, and then you have the rest of them are all practice squad guys. So, yeah, we could definitely use another linebacker. One name that has come up a lot is Nigel Bradham, although he kind of could fit into an edge rusher too. But Nigel Bradham would be interesting. Now, interestingly enough, they don't have him listed on NFL.com. But they do have Mark Barron, Anthony Chickillo, Kareem Martin, Alec Ogletree. They have his name as Alex. That's kind of funny. Nick Vigil, I've heard his name come up, but I don't think the Browns are looking at him. Cameron Wake would be intriguing. Sure, he's old as hell, but he's pretty good still at pass rush. I mean, I would sign him as a linebacker too, low key. Never couldn't hurt. Tahir Whitehead would also be interesting as well. Now, in terms of edge defenders, you have Jadeveon Clowney, of course, one of the top, or actually the top free agent available. I actually heard a little bit of buzz about maybe the Browns maybe having interest if his money and I guess years he wants maybe go down a little bit. I don't know if that's going to happen. But if that happens, could you imagine? That would obviously mean we would have to get rid of Olivier Vernon. And Giants fans would probably take a small W with that because, hey, we got rid of Vernon for, Zeitler. And Zeitler, I mean, has he really been good at all, really, for the Giants? He's been all right, I am pretty sure. Speaking of the Giants, Marcus Golden is also available. I could see us maybe looking at him for the right price. Everson Griffin. Oh, yeah. I made a video on this guy earlier talking about how we were one of the teams interested in, named as a potential landing spot. I heard it's 3 teams: Browns, Seahawks, Cowboys. Again, if we bring him in, that means Vernon is gone. So we'll see what happens there. Because the only way you get rid of Vernon is if you have a ready-made replacement ready to go. If you've already had it, let's just say you legit have Griffin signing the contract. As he's signing the contract, you call up Vernon and say, yeah, Vernon, you're gone. Bye. That's the only way you get rid of Vernon is if you got Griffin or even Clowney signing up right there. I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love to get Griffin, though. I don't know if you guys I don't know if I mentioned this in my video, but I guess after we traded Vernon for Zeitler for Vernon, a report came out that said the Vikings were willing to deal Griffin for Zeitler. So we could have had Griffin for Zeitler. I bet you if we had Stefanski at the time, that would have went down. That would have went down because, Stefanski would have been pounding a table for Griffin. Low key, but yeah, I like Vernon. I just wish he could stay healthy. But we'll see what happens. And then, of course, you got the Browns fans, like number one target, I guess. Clay Matthews. Oh, yeah, every Browns fan I talk to, or I see on the timeline, they all want Clay. Just for the nostalgia factor. Oh, his dad played for the Browns. Let's bring him in. I mean, for the right price. Does he still have it in the tank? I don't know. He'd be an interesting, situational pass rusher for us. I mean, we'll see what happens there. Now, some other defensive linemen that I could possibly see us going after. Of course, I guess if we go after another interior lineman, which doesn't seem likely now that we have Billings, you have Malik Collins, you have Damon Harrison, Marcus Hunt, and Brandon Mebane. I don't know. And then, of course, you go on the offensive side of things, and yeah, we're all set there. We're not looking at receivers. We got a fullback. We're all set at running back, and obviously we're all good to go on quarterback. So it'll be really interesting to see what other moves we make as free agency starts to wind down. And let's take a look at this chat here because it's popping right now, I see. Got 5 people in here, 3 likes. Raiders have signed 13 players. Let's see what the Raiders have signed because they're going crazy out here. Let's see what the Raiders have signed so far. In fact, I think they signed O'Leary, I believe, just a little while ago. Like, Gruden's out here just signing everybody. He's going Oprah. He's like, you get a contract, you get a contract, you get a contract, you get a contract, you get a contract. Well, let's see who the Las Vegas Raiders have signed. Of course, they're trying to bring intrigue to Vegas, draw attention to themselves, look good to the people. But so far, they have signed, they just signed Nelson Aguilar, too. Eli Apple, Jeff Heath, who we were actually interested in, former Brown Eric Kush, Nick Kwiatkowski, another guy I kind of wanted, Corey Littleton, another guy I kind of wanted low-key, Marcus Mariota, Carl Nassib, former Brown, and Jason Witten, who, if you remember, at one point replaced John Gruden in the Monday Night Football announce booth. Now he's playing for him. That's kind of funny. But I know the Raiders aren't done yet. Heck no. But let's see what else is going on here. Do you think we will sign Benjamin? No, we're not signing those guys. No. Solid. Yep, very solid. Yeah, Donovan Olumba. Griffin or Clowney and cut Vernon. I could see it. Clay, do you think Montoya? No. What's up, Tice? I have a feeling it's going to be Becton or Wills. Do you know the Twitter account Pro Football? Yeah, they're not true. That account has literally said we've been talking to like Von Bell, Nigel Bradham. It's like, no. And I feel like they're capping. They're capping hardcore. According to Terry Pluto, want an upgrade over Vernon. Yeah. Vernon's good, but he's just a lot of money for a guy who has had trouble staying on the field. And I'm telling you one thing. If literally, I could just see this right now, man. If they got Griffin locked down, if Griffin's literally saying, I'll sign, I can tell you right then and there, they'll be on the phone saying, hey, Vernon, pack your bags, get out. You're out of here. You're cut. Want Josh Klein? I definitely think we're going to go after Josh Klein, a guard from the Vikings, because of the Vikings connections, especially the Stefanski. Nassib got a good contract. Oh, yeah. What's up, Robert S. Nakis? Hopefully we can get Fields. Anthony, don't start. Just don't start. Oh, man. Oh, my God, bro. Don't even start with this crap. But yeah, hate that. But watching actually some old Indians baseball because, you know, the whole virus thing has just completely shut down the sports world. But, you know, I'm always monitoring Twitter and stuff and waiting for news to break about the next Browns contract because we know Barry, he's constantly working on signing decent players. Now, in case you didn't watch my video, what was it, yesterday, when I talked about pretty much why the Browns have been signing so many freaking guys to one-year deals. No, they're not doing a rent-to-defense. They're signing guys to one-year deals mainly because, you know, because they're going to go crazy on defense in the draft. That's essentially what they're doing. After number 10, I expect a defense-heavy draft after that. And they're signing guys at key positions so the rookies at that position won't have to worry about, you know, coming in too early. Like they'll be able to develop and learn. Of course, you know, if we draft Thomas at 10, most likely, unless we friggin' sign Peters or whatever, I expect him to come right in and start. And that's perfectly fine with me because he is amazing. You know, he's very, very good. He's one of the top tackles in the class. I could even see us, you know, taking Wirfs. I don't know if Wirfs could play left tackle. I'm pretty sure he's played right tackle. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If he plays left tackle, bro, it's late. Bro, looking at this offense right here, you know, this is what's going to be awesome. The way this offense is going to be is that's going to be like a action offense. Like, you're going to have Jarvis and Odell, of course, on the field with the likes of Njoku, Hooper, either Chubb or Hunt. I really don't expect to see them both on the field at the same time. And then Andy Janovich. That's a lot of weapons on the field at the same time. And I'm telling you one thing, man, if this fails, oh, God, what does that say about Baker? The trolls would be out in full force then. That's for sure. Now, right now, on defense, this is what it looks like. So our starters on the front will be Garrett, Ogunjobi, Sheldon Richardson, and, of course, Vernon. There's not really much to back them up right now. At linebacker, it would be Taki, Mack. Well, no, I'm pretty sure it'd be Goodson, Harvey, and Mack. Or one of those would be Goodson. It doesn't have them on here yet. And RLADS, the site I use to like look at the depth chart, because unfortunately the team does not have their depth chart on the site right now. They won't release it until I think after the preseason or whatever. But yeah, I like what I see. The secondary looks so much better than it did a week ago. I mean, you have Denzel Ward and Greedy on the outside at corner, with most likely Kevin Johnson taking the slot position, the nickel corner position. And then, of course, in the safety position, you got Carl Joseph and Sendejo. Now, what I love about Carl Joseph is the fact that he can also maybe slide into the box and be like a pseudo linebacker, kind of like what Jabril Peppers was when he was with us. And that would mean you have Sendejo and Redwine at the actual safety spots with Carl Joseph coming in on maybe like a blitz or something. That'd be cool. Because Carl Joseph can live near the line of scrimmage and he can make plays. That dude is a hard-ass hitter. And I freaking love it. Now, one of the underrated signings, oh yeah, I almost forgot about the Browns too, because it doesn't list them on here for some reason, but he'll be pretty important for us, and that is JoJo freaking Natson. You're like, who? JoJo Natson. He was a kick returner for the Rams, and Mike Prefer showed a lot of praise for him when the Vikings played the Rams, and he's like, that dude's dangerous. That dude is very dangerous. He's shifty. The dude's only 5'7". He finds a little hole, he'll, fly right through it. That's the kind of guy you need, man. I mean, look at who we've had at freaking punt returner over the last couple of years since Travis Benjamin left. I mean, look, Dontrell Hilliard. Ooh, you've had freaking who else? Duke Johnson? Bruh. I mean, this past year we had freaking Jarvis Landry back there at times. We had Dearness Johnson, who's all right. I mean, I'm not hating on him, but I mean, we even had Odell freaking Beckham Jr. back there one time. Oh my God. And of course, he was, trying to do too much and he wound up muffing the punt. Lovely. But let's see what else is going on. Baker will bounce back. Hope so. If Baker gets an extension, I'm pretty sure you will say it's because he had a good rookie season. Would you go and grab Pierre Desir back? Honestly, for the right price, yeah. Browns will not extend Baker. On the other hand, they paid Keenum for being a one-year wonder in Minnesota. We might have to let Denzel and Chubb walk in free agency due to contract extensions coming up. I think we'll be fine. Hopefully we'll be fine. I don't think we're letting Denzel go. Why would we let Denzel go? Stupid. Man. We need Brown at 10 if Baker stopped holding on to the ball forever. Line will be all right. Whatever you say, Anthony. Barry was in Cleveland when we drafted Desir. He was? When did we draft that guy anyway? Let me see. Let me see what he's done since then. Yeah, Desir. He's from like a very small college, I think. He's from what was it? Freaking Washburn University. Wow. So let's see here. Lindenwood. Oh yeah. Crap. 4th round of 2014. Won in 2014. Played in 14 games. Started 6 in 2015. He only mustered 9 combined tackles, and they were all solo in 2014. He had 37 tackles in 2015 with us. 30 solo, 7 assists. With Indianapolis, he played in 37, started 29 games, 5 interceptions, and he had 26 passes defended. I think the longest, freaking touchdown or pick return. Longest interception return was 1 yard. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy because, yeah, that's funny. 1 yard is the longest interception return he's had. 8 passes. No, wait. 20. No, I'm reading this completely wrong. Wow. No surprise. 26 passes defended while in Indy. 2 forced fumbles. 1 fumble recovery. 161 combined tackles, 119 solo, 42 assists, and 3 tackles for loss. Pretty much he's done most of his stuff in Indy. Because he ain't do nothing with us. Maybe because he wasn't playing much. But yeah. I would like to see him come back again for the right price. I can imagine maybe he wants to come back to the place where it all started. But we'll see what happens. A lot of teams are getting rid of their running backs because their market is small now. Yeah. You might have drafted him before Barry. I think he was before Barry. Yeah. I think he was in the Farmer era. That was the Farmer draft. Freaking Ray Farmer. That's crazy. Yeah, here's the Johnny Manziel draft, I believe. Gathers or Bell, not Sendejo. Well, I know one of our beat writers mentioned Sendejo as an option. Doesn't mean we're not going to go after any more safeties. I mean, it's whatever. Farmer didn't even try to win. I know. Probably one of my lasting memories of Ray Farmer will always be him trying to text the sidelines and then getting caught. Dude can't even cheat correctly. It's insane. And then, of course, I think in one of his final press conferences with the Browns, you see this dude at the podium talking, and he is sweating profusely. He has like a towel, and he's always like wiping his face off, trying to, dry the sweat or whatever. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Stupid. We have to go get Bradham. If we get Bradham, that's a big get for us. He's pretty good. He's really good. Honestly, I don't know why the Eagles got rid of him. Honestly, you don't know how many times I've gotten Bradham and Brandon Graham mixed up. But honestly, though, I would definitely go after Nigel Bradham. I've heard rumors that we've been talking, but I'm not sure if those rumors are true. That freaking account that I think someone mentioned earlier said we were talking to him, we were in discussions with him, but nothing really materialized. That's why I really don't want to make a video about something unless I see it from a very credible source. Preferably either a beat writer or someone who is, verified. I usually wait until someone who's verified says something, because I look at a forum from a lot of my Browns news, and sometimes I really have to hesitate to release it until I see people talking about it on Twitter. Then it's like, okay, then it's good to talk about it, because I don't know if they want it to get out, or if they didn't want it to get out, they wouldn't mention it in the forum. I think it's fake, but he's hit on quite a few rumors and reports, and he's gaining quite a bit of followers. I think it's just him capitalizing on national writers freaking talking about it. But I mean, if we sign Bradham, that would be an amazing get for us, because you put Bradham with BJ Goodson, who, by the way, is actually pretty good. He showed a lot in New York. I don't know what the heck happened in Green Bay. Dude was doing really nothing in Green Bay, although he did make some plays. I saw a play of him absolutely blowing up a run with the Packers, but it's really one of the only highlights I saw of him in Green Bay, though. Might have to look for some more highlights. But he made some good plays in New York a couple years ago. No one realizes there's still a bunch of decent free agents left. I know. And in case you're wondering, it sounds like the whole nickel Roby Coleman thing is probably not happening. Not because we got Kevin Johnson, but most likely he wants too much money. I mean, do people realize that Xavier Rhodes is still out there? But I mean, yeah, he's kind of went down. He's kind of not washed, but he's dangerously close to that level. Do I want Clay Matthews? For nostalgia? Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I think he still has a little bit left in the tank. And how cool would that be if he ended his career in the city where his dad played? Maybe he plays on a 2-year deal and retires afterwards. Retires in the city where his dad played. How about that? That'd be cool. One guy I really like is Benson Mayowa. I've heard his name, I think, on an article I read, I think, a couple of days ago, yesterday, or earlier today. Yeah, I saw his name. And he intrigues me. I mean, you could go get Clinton Dix, but he's already signed. He went to Dallas. I would be willing to sign him cheap and cut Vernon to save money. He had 7 sacks last year and didn't even start or play every game. Yeah, for the right price. I mean, there's some really good pass rushers out there you could get. Or, I mean, I could see the front office maybe giving Vernon the whole, this year to see if he can show it, because obviously Vernon is in the final year of his contract. Now, here's something else that is very important, because I'm pretty sure Vernon has no dead cap. Almost certain he doesn't have dead cap. Let me see here. Let's take a look at the cap space situation too. I'm not sure if they updated it. I mean, the new league year has started. Maybe they did. Currently, the team with the most cap space is the Browns, according to Spotrac, with 48 million. I'm not sure if they incorporated Conklin would knock us down to about $30 or $20 million around there. Vernon does not have any dead cap. So we could cut him tomorrow. And nothing. Wait, what happened? Ken Rosenthal negotiating an agreement about how they will handle a variety of issues related to the delay. Okay. Now, Vernon could get cut today, and there'd be no dead cap. Now I see why everyone wants him cut. Yeah. Probably the worst dead cap we would take, we would cut Denzel Ward for some reason. He has 17 million against the cap. Oh. Freaking Jack Conklin, only at 8. Oh, he is on there. $8 million cap hit. Huh. Interesting. So we have $48 million left to go? Damn. I have to see how that contract is made up, bro. I thought he had like a $20 million this year, but damn, $8 million cap hit? Okay. Maybe it's like signing bonuses and incentives or something. I don't know. Damn. It's even better. $30 million cap hit. Ooh. And if it was cut post June 1st, it'd be an $18 million cap hit. Ooh. No. Jarvis only has a $4 million cap hit if he was cut, which we're never cutting him. That's for damn sure. Odell has a $2 million cap hit. Sheldon Richardson, a guy who I honestly thought we would have cut because, he was due, I think, $6 million in guaranteed money. But hey, I like Sheldon. He was one of the only bright spots of the freaking D line late last year. Sure, he, is a pass rusher, but he's pretty good at stuff on the run. And I'll tell you one thing, I would hate to be a running back having to run into a freaking wall of meat like freaking Andrew Billings and Sheldon Richardson. By the way, in case you didn't know, Andrew Billings was a former powerlifter. That dude is strong, man. And he fast, too. I saw this dude chase down people. I mean, I saw Myles Garrett do that, but let's keep in mind, Myles Garrett is a freaking nature. He's literally like a statue, like nothing but muscle. This dude, freaking Billings, he got some, he big guy. He's a big man. And this dude running like a sprinter, chasing down running backs. My jaw literally hit the floor when I saw a highlight of him literally chase down somebody down the field. Not to mention, I saw this dude absolutely abuse, I think, the Seahawks on a couple plays last year in a highlight tape. Yeah, I think you'll fit in just fine here. And it's crazy that we got him on a $1 million deal. Now, of course, just because they're on a $1 million deal now doesn't mean that we can't extend them. If guys, if some of these guys ball out, we could keep them around. Like I mentioned, I think a couple of days ago in that video, I said, these guys are here to prove it. Guys like Carl Joseph, Billings, BJ Goodson, Sendejo. Those guys, if they ball out this year, I could see them getting extended. And if not, we can let them walk. No harm done. We get cap picks. So, yeah, doesn't really hurt us at all. Let's see what else is being said here. Sheldon earned his money. Why didn't we sign Shelby Harris? Most likely too much money. Possibility. Damn. Is that Bowers? No, that's my guy Cargo. Damn, it's been. Yeah, this game was early in the season because freaking Carlos Gonzalez was on the team. He did virtually nothing for us, bro. Damn. Yeah, Richardson was not bad at all. Larry Ogunjobi, low-key, did take a little bit of a step back, but I expect him to show out this year. And I think hurt him the most was the fact that Garrett was suspended because he made a horrible choice when he did what he did. Racism or not, you don't do that. If I was in that situation and someone called me a word like that, I would probably drop the helmet and just beat the shit out of that guy. I wouldn't even care. I would just beat him up. Or if I wanted to stay in the league, which obviously I would, because yeah, I would probably just give him the most vicious death stare ever, and I would walk up to him and be like, "What'd you say, boy? Huh? What'd you say?" That's what I thought. But yeah, it's like 7 sacks, but people say he wasn't effective. He did take a tiny step back. Maybe it's because some people didn't really, see him that much. But other than the fact that, he did kind of get involved in that brawl, which again was ill-advised. I wish that whole thing would have happened, because if that brawl never would have happened, you know what they would have been talking about the day after? They would have been talking about the fact that we had just beaten the Steelers and the Ravens for the first time in the same season, I think, ever. But no, they were talking about the freaking brawl. Thanks a lot, Mason Rudolph, you freaking bum. But guess who we got to face next year from the Steelers? Oh, you get to face the caveman. Yeah, you see that picture of Big Ben? This dude did like a stay-at-home message. This dude legit looked like a freaking caveman. He looks like he has not seen a razor in years. You ask him, "Hey, why don't you shave?" He'd be like, "What is a shave?" Morgan Burnett got cut. Oh, really? Draft Brown and go linebacker. Yeah. I think we're going to go tackle at 10. I heard that no teams are interested in Robbie Anderson. Wants $16 million a year. Oh my God, yeah, not for that money. I heard Clowney ain't getting what he hoped, and teams are offering like $13-14 million for him. Offering him 13 or 14 million a year. It's crazy, man. That's why we're not signing a lot of these guys, because their money is going crazy. Now, once the market kind of stabilizes, I could see us going after a Shelby Harris. Could you imagine if we signed Shelby Harris too? He's a guy I kind of want as well. You sign Shelby Harris, you put him in the second tier D-line interior next to Andrew Billings. That's a nice big wall of meat. Good luck running past that. Not one team wants him. I'd consider drafting Malik Harrison in third, Winfield in second. Bro, me and you are on the same level. People are saying Clowney is going to Tennessee. You wouldn't believe this, but the NFL TikTok account, I guess it was like a Madden TikTok account, actually had a video up that showed Clowney in a Titans uniform. Rashard Higgins is a free agent right now. Although the Browns have said they are holding the door open for a possible return, Higgins is not getting the looks that he thought he would be getting. Yeah. Could you imagine an interior D-line that would consist of Garrett, Richardson, let's say Ogunjobi / Billings, and then of course you got Clowney or Griffin. Let's replace Vernon with Griffin. Imagine that, huh? Imagine that kind of D-line. Okay. You know what else I thought about? Play chess when the others are playing checkers. Move Vernon to linebacker, sign Griffin. They both get to play at the same time. Everyone is happy. You sign you got two dominant pass rushers, and the opposing offense gets to suffer. Nah, that would never happen, but some people do say, you could, bring in Griffin and, have him start over Vernon. Well, you're not paying a $15 million dude $15 million to freaking be a backup. Just ask freaking Mike Glennon and the Bears. They sent him all that money a couple years ago to be a backup. Well, no, he was a starter, then he was a backup. Trash. We should get Grant Delpit. I wouldn't be against that, although I don't know if he'll be there. I'm hearing buzz to Tampa to just Jason Peters to Tampa, and I wish we would have kept Perryman, but he wanted out right when we got OBJ. Well, yeah, he wanted out, and we let him leave because we got Odell Beckham. And I was excited about us having freaking Perryman too, because I didn't think we were going to get Odell. Like I remember the lead up to that trade, I was like, man, Odell would be nice, but we're not going to get him. Everyone on Brown's Twitter kept saying, we're going to get Odell. We're going to get Odell. We're going to get Odell. And I'm like, bro, that would be lit, but I don't think we're going to get him, to be honest. And what happened? We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, that was lit. I think I was actually watching a hockey game when that happened too. Why did Odell Beckham reach expectations? What? Why did he? I don't know. I would trade a fifth for Trent and go Brown at 10. Well, the Redskins are not going lower than a second right now. Maybe the Redskins, lower their expectations, but until then, I don't see much happening on that front right now. Because no one's going to give up a second. No one damn sure is giving up a first. I think we'd probably go like a third. I don't think they would take a fifth. That's too low. But what they're asking for right now ain't going to work. No team's going to give that up for a freaking offensive lineman that's over 30 and hasn't played in a year plus. Why did Odell not reach? Injury and the fact that our coach was a freaking dunce. And Baker Loki had a bad year because of, the coach thing. And the fact that his offensive line was porous. But yeah, Baker had a way setback year. He got chunkier, which that doesn't really help matters. The coach didn't know what he was doing half the time. Your two best receivers were low-key hurt. Your top tight end got hurt like second game of the freaking year. And we only saw him like late in the year. Longer the wait to trade, the lower the drop value. Yep. Oh man, but figured I'd come on here real quick, for a little while, talk about what's been going on in free agency. But I'm shocked no one wants to pay Logan Ryan $10 million a year, in my opinion. I could see someone doing it, but I don't think it'll be us. I think he's a little out of our price range when it comes to that stuff. But you never know. Maybe he'll drop. The line wasn't that bad. Nick Chubb did lead the league in rushing all year. Yeah, and then look what happened week 17. Freddie forgot about him. Didn't run him all the time. Maybe it was because we were losing, too. That's probably why he didn't run him as much, because we were losing. To the freaking Bungles, who have the worst run defense in the league. Good job, Freddie. I'm glad he's gone. This system fits Baker to a T. I'm excited to see what Baker can do with a system that actually fits him. Baker holding on to the ball played a part. Well, his receivers, running routes that they didn't practice also didn't help matters. I don't know how you run a route that you don't practice. But that is, I think I'm just going to wrap it up here. So I didn't think we would go after Hooper until Mary Kay tweeted it out. I know. I that's why I didn't put him in my top 10 free agent targets, because I didn't hear no buzz about us going after him or anything. And then I heard that we were amongst the teams looking at him, and I'm like, ooh. Then I'm like, I'm going to make a video about it. And then literally I make the video, I post it, a couple minutes later or whatever, boom, we freaking sign him. And I'm like, wow, that's lit. Get Logan Ryan. I mean, if his price is there, within our range, why not? But I don't know, man. I don't know I don't think his price is in our range. I think he's asking for more than what we would offer. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. I wonder what Ngakoue will get in the deal. Who knows? He's teasing Philly fans right now. He's teasing them so hard. He's posted not videos, but like pictures of, was it Reggie White? I think it was when he played for the Eagles. He posted a eagle emoji. He posted a picture of Philly's cheesesteak. Like, this dude is straight up like toying with Eagles fans right now. $22 million a year. Yeah. Damn. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. Had a lot of fun. And yeah, if the Browns make any more moves, I will be sure to make a video about it. If it's video worthy, not going to make a video for like a, practice squad-esque player like the dude that we signed today, or like a special teamer, except for Natson, because I've actually heard of him. He's actually really good from what I hear, except he had his fumbled issues, which hopefully Prefer can, get that out of him, turn him into a reliable returner without the fumbling issue, because he is actually very dangerous, believe it or not. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Shout out to everybody who came in here. Ngakoue has done that to a few teams. Yep. He did it to the Giants earlier, I think, a few months ago, because I know Giants fans were just going nuts, thinking that, oh my God, he wants to be a Giant. I remember Entertainer making videos and stuff saying Ngakoue wants to be a Giant, talking about it. Ron Effect, I think, did that too. Like, this guy's got all these teams on a string. He's trolling y'all, man. Oh, watch him do it to the Browns. No, because we wouldn't sign him to that kind of money. Not to mention, we're not giving the Jaguars their first-round pick. Kidding me? No. I'd rather just wait until freaking next year to freaking go after him. No. I don't think Brennan's getting cut. If he does, then we're signing Griffin or someone like that. You know who would be really interesting as a target when it comes to a possible, tag and trade for the Browns? No one's talked about this, but Shaq Barrett. No, I'm just trolling. But no, I actually saw someone talk about, what could the Browns get Shaq Barrett, possibly? I think it was a Bleacher Report article that said it. I think it was it was the worst destination for each free agent, and they listed us as the worst for Shaq Barrett. And that's because, of course, he played in Joe Woods' system in Denver, and he didn't really do much because I don't think he played a whole lot. And, yeah, so that would never happen. They struggled in free agency, overpaid Bradbury and Martinez. Shaq isn't coming. I know he's not. I know. I wish we didn't Odell. Well, we did. So that's going to wrap it up for this live stream, guys. And we'll see what the Browns have in store for us next. I have a feeling it'll be a pass rusher, maybe a linebacker, or a linebacker that's also a pass rusher, maybe a safety, maybe another corner. Who knows? Maybe an offensive lineman. But only Barry knows. And no one knows what he's doing right now. So, for all I know, he could be on the phone trying to lock down Everson Griffin at this very moment. Who knows? But, yeah, we'll see what else the Browns have in store for us. And of course, another thing, this week I'll have another mock draft coming out, probably on Tuesday for the Browns mock draft. And then on Wednesday, I'll have the full first rounder, including the trades that just happened. So that'll be fun. But until then, I'm Crazy Dog at 99. And until the Browns make another move, or at the latest, probably Tuesday, I will see you guys in my next video or Tuesday, Wednesday. So until then, I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go Browns. And I'm out.